Hey you guys, it's Ani. Happy Friday. I am still in birthday celebration mood. So if you guys see these flowers and the balloons, it's from my birthday. And I want to say thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes on all the videos and all the comments. Like, I appreciate you guys so much. You don't even know. And we're still in celebration vibes. I intend that this video gets you more hyped up. You're gonna resonate with this, I intend, and you're gonna have a great weekend, an amazing weekend filled with miracles, you guys. Just a little FYI, birthday sale is still going on, you guys. My course sale is still going on, so the link for the discount is going to be Ani 2024, Ani 2024. Caps shouldn't matter. If you guys have any issues or any questions, write down below in the comments or just email our email sessions@createyourfuture.co and reception will help you. You guys, today I'm going to talk about something that I talk about a lot, but it's so important, and it actually really makes you super attractive, like attractive AF. Like, when you see people maybe on social media, or you see people in movies or reality TV shows, whatever, like even on the street, even in a restaurant, when someone walks in and you just can't stop looking at them, you can't stop staring at them, you can't stop like noticing their vibe and how effortless everything seems for them and how smooth they are, like smooth, like I don't know how to explain this, like, but I'm sure you've seen people like that before, and you're just like, wow, like I want to talk to that person, I want to be around that person. Or maybe you have someone like that in your life right now, maybe your SP's that way, whatever it is, whoever it is, you see them and you just feel that instant, like, oh my God, that person's so attractive, And I want to teach you how to become like that, because you can become like that. Everything is energy, everything is like self-concept, everything is like we're in parallel realities all the time, and you can literally shift to that version of yourself. And when you do that, the best versions of other people show up for you too. So before we get into that, I forgot, get your drinks, get your snacks, you guys. I have some coffee. It's been a while since I've had coffee, but cheers, you guys, to this amazing weekend. I'm gonna go dancing tonight. Whoever is gonna go too, comment down below. I love Fridays. Fridays are just amazing. And I just want to say, whatever you're going through right now, please understand. If you feel like you've made mistakes, if you feel like you made things worse, situations worse between you, a friend, your specific person, your boss, whatever situation you may be in, if you feel like you messed it up, or you feel like the circumstances are so bad, nothing's gonna get better, I promise you, this will pass. I promise you. You guys, I have shot myself in the foot so many times when manifesting things I have now. Literally, there were so many times where I thought, wow, I messed it up. I said too much. I was too angry. I got too defensive. Like, whatever it is, like I was too cringe. I embarrassed myself, whatever it is. And I thought there was never like a way to come back from that back then. But there is, because every moment you're a new you, every moment your reality is shifting. And whatever you do now is determining the next moment and the next moment and the next moment. So please just remember this, okay? Remember this. How to be that person and start changing your circumstances and start getting what you want. You know how you've probably heard everything exists now, right? You've probably heard your desired reality exists now. You have it now, right? I used to get so annoyed when I would hear that, because I would understand that intellectually. Like, okay, yeah, I have it now, but where the hell is it? Right? And that would piss me off so much. Like, okay, but where is it? I'm trying to feel better. I'm trying to feel positive. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that, but I'm not experiencing it. Right. So I want you to understand one thing. When you are in that place of where is it, you're not in that reality. You're not in that version of yourself that's calm enough to accept where you're at in order to receive where you want to be. You understand? So the reality that you desire, it will reveal itself to you. And you may not feel that right away. Things can feel very normal, very neutral. People can look the same. Your memory still remembers the bad stuff that happened too, but that's okay. So your memory's still intact. You remember the things that happened, right? A lot of people think like, oh, if I remember everything that happened and all the circumstances, then I'm not in that reality. That's not true. You can literally, you know how many times, not only in my clients, but in myself, you know how many times like I literally was watching my desired reality play out right in front of my face. And I was remembering like the day before where it was the complete opposite. And me as the observer, I'm watching how well it's playing out, but yet remembering how different it was yesterday and realizing I'm in a different reality. So that's kind of how it works. Like you don't get this like huge like um notification that you're shifting realities or you're becoming the most attractive version of yourself and you're attracting the best versions of people. You don't get that notification. Like sometimes it just happens so unexpectedly and so smooth of a transition, you don't even realize you're there in the better parallel reality. So I want you to understand that. Like a lot of people think they have to feel very good, they have to feel very confident, they have to feel everything real, or they have to maybe always be living in the end. These are all things that is not really a requirement to experience a shift. These are all great things you can do, but they are not requirements in order for you to receive. I mean, I can prove it to you. Look back on something that you received recently, right? When you received it, were you doing a technique for it? No, it never comes when you're doing something for it. It never comes when you're trying hard to get it, right? If you've seen my last video, I talk about that. So let's talk about how to get you in your most attractive version where your life just starts reflecting it back to you over and over and over again. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your circumstances are. It doesn't matter how bad things have been. Again, like I'm saying that because I used to need that reassurance so much when I was like manifesting things I have now. So I just want you to know that. Please like trust me when I say that. It doesn't matter if you feel like you made a mistake. It doesn't matter if you feel like the circumstances are up against you or there's third parties that are up against you. Everyone is you pushed out. Everyone is a character in your movie. They will delete themselves out of the situation if you work on yourself. And if you don't, and if you keep focusing on the lack, they'll keep themselves there. It's just, it sounds so weird, but it is like a game, you know? So, number one thing we want to focus on to be that version of you that people just want to be around, okay? Number one thing is you got to calm down your inner world. That's number one. You got to calm it down. Got to calm down the nervous system. You got to calm down that voice that keeps telling you that you made a mistake. You got to calm down the voice that keeps trying to self-sabotage you. I talk about this a lot in my videos because it's a very real thing and people forget about it very quickly. Your mind is based on like keeping you safe. So when you get a scary thought, like someone's going to cheat on you, someone's going to leave you, or you're not going to get the job, or third party's better than you, or maybe there's no third party, but you're thinking about there could be a third party, or what if my person wants another person? So these things come up because your normal was that flight or fight mode, that safety. So you've probably thought like that before, right? But now that you're learning to calm things down, you'll notice that those thoughts keep trying to come back up again. And it's only because your mind likes what's familiar. Familiar equals safe, right? So you got to go in and make your new familiar be, no, there's no threat to me. Calm down, inner world. Calm down, mind. I know you're trying to keep me safe, but there's no real threat to me because I'm the only one that focuses and I'm the only one that can create with my focus, right? So you really, really, really want to focus on that. And I'm talking like you checking up on yourself a lot throughout the day. Your mind will do everything to keep you safe. It will do everything, even self-sabotage this new version of you that you've been creating. I know it sounds kind of bad or mean, like that your mind is trying, but it's only trying to keep you safe. So that's why you'll hear a lot of successful people talk about habits, right? It's not about always being positive, it's more about having good habits throughout the day. Because if you have those habits and you keep your promises to yourself and you show up for those habits every day, even if you feel shitty, but you still follow through with those great habits that you have, those habits build a new lifestyle for you. And that becomes your new normal. So I hope this makes sense, you guys. If this makes sense, comment down below. We're looking to create different ways of showing up for ourselves and making it a habit. Because when you do that, and when you keep reaffirming to your mind that everything is safe, I am safe too, mind. You don't have to keep trying to self-sabotage me. Every time I'm thinking of a better desired way, right? And you're trying all these suggestions in my mind of what if this, what if that, what if third party, what if this, what if I'm not chosen. When you're trying to go towards your desire, these suggestions will come up along with positive suggestions too. I'm not saying it's only going to be negative suggestions from your mind, but positive and negative thoughts will come up. Your job is to observe what's going on and not react to every suggestion your mind creates, and understand that, wow, my mind's really trying to keep me safe by trying to make me react and be the old version of me. But the problem here is the old version of you that was just always trying to be safe and think the way they were thinking, that old version of you wasn't getting the results that you're still looking for. So that's why we need to change perception. We need to change the way we react to these suggestions that come up. We need to tap into our observer mode rather than reactor, right? We need to tap into that creator mode rather than reactor mode. And I always talk about this, and if you're a like OG viewer of mine, you probably hear me talk about this so much, but honestly, these are the foundational changes that make you become unbreakable, and that make you become that master manifester, where really the 3D world doesn't really affect you because you know who you are, you know what your mind tries to do, and you have learned the patterns and the suggestions that your mind brings up. And now you're no longer fearing these thoughts because you see it for what it is. It's just thoughts. And it's just your mind and body trying to keep you familiar. Okay? Um, I did this, like I've done this in all areas of my life, as you guys know. I've even done this with my body. I've done this with, um, I had a back injury, and it's so funny because I'm gonna show you a clip soon. which is about a spine injury. But I had a spine injury, and every single doctor I went to, it was literally to a point where I couldn't walk. Every single doctor, I can't speak. Every single doctor I went to said, you got to do surgery. And if you do surgery, surgery is 50-50. So like, we're not guaranteeing that you'll feel any better, but it's a possibility you will. So it could be great, or it could be the same, or it could get worse because it's your spine, right? And that was not convincing for me. And obviously, I know the power of my mind, and I know how powerful I am. I've literally healed other people from my family before with my mind, and I've created so many amazing things in my life. And obviously, knowing, like, all these stories like Joe Dispenza healing himself and all this, we know this, right? We know this. So I was like, nope, I don't care if 20 doctors say I need surgery. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. So I literally went from not being able to really move this much, or even breathing hurt, actually. It hurt my spine. I went from really not being able to move to now walking, running, bending, like, and it's because the cells in your body hear you, right? So, especially like when you have pain, it's very hard to shut the pain off, right? You think that the negative talk is hard to shut down, right? You think that subconscious mind trying to always keep you safe and sabotage you with those thoughts, or you trying to control your thoughts, right? You think that's hard. Imagine that with pain on the side, okay? And even though you're thinking the proper way you need to think, the pain's still hitting. So it's like it was constant, right? So I literally knew that my body and the cells in my body are listening, though, because this whole being that I am, it's all atoms. We are all atoms. If you haven't checked out the double slit theory, it's not even a theory, double slit experiment, check it out. We are all atoms. And atoms are always vibrating and moving. So it looks solid, like we look solid, but really we're just moving at such a fast frequency that we're not really solid. We're energy moving. These atoms that's moving so much that we look so solid, they're listening. And they will conform per our thoughts and per our assumptions and per our beliefs. Your cells are included in this. Your cells will listen to you. I want to show you a clip from the movie Doctor Strange. If you haven't checked out Doctor Strange, check it out. For those of you that are very interested in law of assumption, law of attraction, and you create your reality with your thoughts and your beliefs and assumptions, I think you will like that movie. If you have checked it out, comment down below. Let me know what you think. But I want to show you this clip from it, and it'll explain. One second.
Heal a man named Pangborn, paralyzed man.
In a way.
You helped him to walk again.
Yes.
How did you correct a complete C7, C8 spinal cord injury?
Well, I didn't correct it. He couldn't walk. I convinced him that he could. When you reattach a severed nerve, is it you who heals it back together or the body?
It's the cells.
And the cells are only programmed to put themselves back together in very specific ways.
Right.
What if I told you that your own body could be convinced to put itself back together in all sorts of ways?
All right. How do we do that? Where do we start?
Don't like that, Mum?
Oh, no, it's really good. It's just, I've seen it before. in gift shops.
What about this one?
Acupuncture, great.
That one.
You're showing me an MRI scan.
You're a man looking at the world through a keyhole. You spent your whole life trying to widen that keyhole, to see more, to know more. And now, on hearing that it can be widened in ways you can't imagine, you reject the possibility.
I reject it because I do not believe in fairy tales about chakras.
I want to mention something. Raise your hand like if you've been there where you're rejecting the fact that you're told like you're that powerful, right? It's just too much responsibility to take on, and we reject it. Sometimes we don't reject it right away, right? So it feels really cool at first when you learn that you have that power, right? But later when things get hard or you're not seeing the change fast enough, right? Your ego's not seeing the change in your body, in your reality, with your SP, with whoever, it's not seeing it fast enough. That's when you reject it. That's when your mind starts coming in and saying, this is all BS. This is, maybe it works for some people, it doesn't work for me. Or, like, another thing that will make you the best version of yourself and super magnetic, and this will cause a ripple effect in your reality where people will start showing up better and better and better for you. Tip number 2 is you need to silence that ego, that impatient ego. You're going to get impatient throughout your journey. Sometimes things won't happen fast enough, and that voice in your head's gonna try to convince you that this is all BS, right? And why do some things happen faster than other things? Why this? Why that? Well, that's because when you're looking for something or you're trying hard for something, you are not in the proper state to receive it. So, number 1, you calm the inner world. If you skip that part, go back and listen to what I was saying for tip number 1. Tip number 2 is you calm the ego down. You understand that there's no race here. Everything's happening perfectly for you. The universe didn't forget what you want. God didn't forget what you want. The cells and all the atoms in your body are listening to you. And not only are they listening to you inside your body, but other people's, other atoms, walking atoms, which are people, are listening to you as well. They are supposed to conform as well, just like the cells in your body listen and conform. Okay? Tip number 3. I just was going to say something so perfect. Tip number 3, you cannot receive when you are in wanting mode. Okay? Because when you are in wanting mode, you're in a different lane. When you're in receiving mode, you're in a different lane. These two exit you to different destinations. Okay? So, what do you do to stay in more receiving mode rather than wanting mode? Well, wanting mode looks like this. You're questioning the timing. When is it going to happen? I've been at this for so long. This is a problem. You're checking social media. Where is this person? Who are they with? What are the circumstances? Let me keep checking, because if I need to prepare myself if any of these things change. Lack. Receiving mode is more like, I know that me checking right now any of the 3D, it's not going to even matter. I'm actually not even going to put myself in a situation where I would be triggered anyway, because now I'm calm. I put myself in a situation where I check and I get triggered over something. Now I'm throwing myself off of this lane that I tried so hard to get in, and I'm putting myself back in the lane that I was trying so hard to get out of. Okay? So it's going to look more calm. Receiving mode is going to look more calm. Receiving mode is going to look more like you're trusting. Receiving mode is going to look more like you're in your present moment. Receiving mode is going to look more like you understand that everyone is just a character in your reality and they conform. You understand that receiving mode is more you not trying to push up against the more resistance. You're not desperate. You're not obsessed. You're not putting anyone else on a pedestal but yourself. And that may take some time. Like, I feel like when people hear don't put anyone else on a pedestal but you, people think that's an overnight change. It's not. It took me a while to put me on the pedestal. It took a lot of me realizing I'm still putting someone else on a pedestal. You got to bring it back down, Ani. Put yourself back up. And then again and again and again. And that's how you create a habit. And that's how you create a belief. Okay? You guys, I hope this video helped. I really challenge you to apply these tips going forward, starting today, tomorrow, this weekend. Have freaking fun. The more you have fun, the more you're in vacation mode, the more you're present, the more you're doing you, people feel that and they want to be around you. Okay? Don't forget these tips. I intend you guys have an amazing, amazing, amazing weekend. Birthday sale is still going. Discount code is Ani2024. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes, you guys. I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.